weird world in the world of the NFL. It's amazing how much
It,
different different a team could be based on one offseason, how much different the league is.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
everything changes. Just like
Everything
in
changes.
the span of a week, big changes.
All like the predictions and then the stuff that happens, like you some things are like predictable, some things you would never see coming.
Kirk Cousins, then you have like Calvin Ridley going to the Titans.
Yeah.
That was gonna happen.
The Kirk Cousins move still like people are saying the Falcons won the offseason. And
they got their quarterback, and I mean, hell, they did trade Desmond Ridder for Rondell Moore, which
that did that make any sense? Like, what were the Cardinals doing?
I think the Cardinals' thought process is, I don't know because they don't really have any receivers anymore. They lost Hollywood, but I think their process is Kyler gets hurt, you got a solid backup. But
so the Falcons winning the offseason, like I get their Kirk Cousins hype, right?
Yeah,
but you have to look at the bigger picture. He's a 35-year-old quarterback. He tore his Achilles last year. I know he's been great when he's played, but he's won one playoff game.
Yeah, but how easy is it to get a good quarterback that can actually play at a high level? Kirk Cousins can play at a high level.
That is true.
He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not any of these really top guys.
But he's a borderline top.
You don't always need the best quarterback.
Do you think he ends up being more like Derek Carr to the Saints or Matthew Stafford to the Rams?
I would lean
or Jared Goff to the Lions. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I would lean more towards Goff to the Lions or Stafford to the Rams because I think he's gonna get them to the playoffs. I think they'll be a playoff team.
I think they're gonna win that division.
Yeah, I think they will.
I think they should win at least 10 games, and I think that division is the worst division in football.
It's really just Tampa, and Tampa has they're just not.
Because the Saints, they're kind of old now, and I don't know. They should have won it last year, but in Tampa's got some guys come back. I mean, you can't really count them out.
Yeah, they're on and off.
Yeah, they're either a hot or cold team. Like Tampa is they're like weird to judge sometimes, you know? Like
they are. They have their good games, they have their bad games. They'll get blown out, but then
they have the games where they can beat like anyone or lose to anyone. Like, you know, like they're not.
Yeah, they're a 500 team.
I think they go 9-8. I think if the Falcons can get to 10 wins, which I think they should now with Kirk Cousins, it all depends how the Achilles hangs up. Like you think he's going to be 100%, but like
he also has to learn a new playbook all over again.
Yep. And is he really going to be there for the offseason? Like Achilles injuries are tough to come by, and he didn't get one until he didn't tear his Achilles until mid through the season. It wasn't like Aaron Rodgers who did it week 1. You know, it was.
Yeah, but depends. Some guys recover faster than others.
Yep.
So, I mean, we'll see. He's also a quarterback, so.
Yeah, and he's like a pocket passer. He's not like moving around a lot. Like, yeah. I think that team has a lot of talent.
Oh, extremely a lot of talent. Like, you got Pitts, Bijan, Drake.
They just signed Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney, I mean.
I like him, man. I know you don't like him, but he's not he's shown some flashes in a really shitty Bears offense.
Yeah. On a shitty Bears offense, he didn't fucking do shit.
That is true. The year where he was the featured, he was, and then the last 2 years they added other people, and he hasn't done crap.
DJ Moore showed out. Why couldn't Darnell Mooney show out?
That's a fair point. I don't think he's bad. I think he's a decent number 2.
I think Rondell Moore's number 2. If you don't look at Kyle Pitts as a number, an option.
It's a good receiving core.
Just by wide receiver, Kyle Pitts is basically a wide receiver.
So, you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible the Falcons draft Brock Bowers and just move Pitts to wide receiver?
That actually wouldn't be surprising, but I think they're going defense. I think they're going to go with an edge, or they're going corner. I think they're going. I think
Dallas Turner to them makes a lot of sense.
I could see them taking Dallas Turner, or It's probably gonna be a Bama guy. It's gonna be Terrion Arnold or Dallas Turner.
What about tackle? You think they go tackle?
No, I don't think they go tackle.
Okay, so that's
I think probably.
they might be the first team to take a defensive player in the draft.
They will be. They will be.
I think the first 7 picks go offense.
They could trade out too.
They could be ideal. Then the first 10 picks of this draft might be on the offensive side of the football.
Oh, 100%.
There's not like a good defensive player in this draft.
Oh, there is, but it's going to be like
there's not like a top tier defensive player compared to like the offensive players.
It's going to be like the Trevor Lawrence draft where it was the first was the first defensive player off the board. I
think it was J.C. Horn.
It was J.C. Horn, then it was
Surtain, yeah,
and Parsons. Those I think were the first 3.
And it's like a recycle because like 2020
they were like 8, 9, 11 was the first players. Yeah, it's gonna be something like that.
Because 2022 it was a heavy defensive draft. Heavy.
Yeah.
I think the first offensive player taken was it was Ickham, right? Quano? It was Quano. I think he was the first one taken at 6. He was the first offensive tape. But so it's like it seems like usually drafts are more heavily towards one side of the ball. Like you don't really see a balance anymore. Like last year was the first year in a while.
Yeah, as of late, it seems to like the last 3 years. I would say it's been alternating between offense, defense.
Mm-hmm.
It helps when also you have quarterbacks, like 4 quarterbacks who.
Yep. This draft reminds me so much of the 2021 draft. It's just so much.
Oh yeah.
Because just think, you got the premier receivers that everyone's talking about. You had Smith, you had Chase, you had Waddle, how many receivers went in that draft? Like a ton.
I want to say 4 or 5
in the first round. Yeah,
there's a lot.
And then you had the 3 big quarterbacks coming first 3 drafts. You have the generational talent.
Yeah,
I mean it's so much. You have the winner. J.J. McCarthy, Mac Jones, like you just think about it, it's identical.
I mean, technically, you could say that. You definitely could. You have the runner.
You have the generational tight end, Brock Bowers, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, you have the big, tall, strong-armed quarterback.
Yep.
That everybody sees the upside in.
Mm-hmm. You have the runner.
Yep, you have the runner.
Fields. The only quarterback that's like the outlier is Trey Lance. They don't have a Trey Lance because you could say.
Well, yeah, if you could say Drake May.
Well, Drake May, yeah. Then Zach Wilson is the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Zach Wilson. It's the 2021 draft class minus Zach Wilson.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but I think Bo Nix is a little more polished than Zach Wilson.
Drake May, Zach Wilson, and Bo Nix. What's his name? Trey Lance.
Sure.
You could. I mean,
and then you even got the guy that everyone's saying was going to be who's the guy that the Bucks drafted from Florida? What was his name?
Fromm?
Yeah, no, not Fromm. Hold on.
Trask.
Yeah, Kyle Trask is just like Penix. Both put up monster numbers.
Yeah. I mean, Penix is also like he looks good. He's good.
But so did Trask. He looked okay. I mean,
no, Trask did not look like Penix.
So, in other news, the free agency, you got some teams getting a lot better. I mean, the Patriots had a ton of cap space. I think
they did not do a whole lot with it, but
I think you're going to see a lot of like the fan base. They're going to start getting after Kraft now because it seems like Kraft just doesn't like to spend money, and it wasn't a Belichick thing.
Well, I think. Well, the cap space has nothing really to do with the owner too much. I think it has to do with when you look at what the Patriots need, they need a wide receiver. I mean, who are you going to go throw money at? Calvin Ridley is kind of really like the only person.
I wouldn't have thrown money at Calvin Ridley. I think maybe Boyd. I mean, he's still out there. He probably should be a Patriot, but I'm hearing he's going to go to the Steelers. So,
but what does that do for the Patriots signing another mid receiver?
That's true. I mean,
Myers can just give our quarterback a bunch of average receivers that against a good team or any separation. Like
there wasn't really anyone out there that was like a true like. The only one honestly was probably Mike Williams, but he's coming off an ACL tear, so you're going to give him a lot of money.
He's always hurt.
Yeah, he's always hurt. Well, I did look at his statistic. He's played on average, including this season, he's played on average about 13 games this season. So it's
Yeah, he's always banged up though.
he's always banged up. That's the thing. He's missing, like, he might play the games, but he's missing half the game.
Yeah.
So he plays in a lot of games. He just doesn't participate in the game that much. Like he's on the field like half the time.
He's a great jump ball guy.
But like he's like, if he was healthy, he would have commanded a lot of money. Like he'd probably be the best receiver in this free agency class. But
probably stayed in LA.
Yeah, they wouldn't have cut him. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're making changes over there.
Oh, LA is an interesting team. Interesting team. Yeah, dude, you gotta feel for him, man.
They don't got any weapons.
Especially now that you're hearing, like, because Daniel Jeremiah kind of has a pulse on what's going on in the draft. I think the Chargers are going to trade out of 5. I don't think they're going to take a receiver at 5. I think they're going to. I think they're so depleted of talent that they're like, we're not even going to win this series. I think Harbaugh's going to play the long game.
Why? Your quarterback's going to get older. Why not take the receiver in a loaded receiver class? You get it.
Would you recoup another one though? Would you trade out and get another one? I mean, they are depleted of talent.
Yeah, what one are you going to get? Next year's?
Yeah.
What does that do for you?
It doesn't do shit for you, but that's like teams don't get that, dude. Draft picks are like the most overrated thing in football right now.
Yeah, because if you look at this year's draft, you don't know what next year's draft's gonna look like.
No, I dude, like people like let's be real. The Panthers made the wrong decision, but everyone knew that was the wrong decision doing that to begin with because there was not that guy, right?
Yeah.
Usually, notoriously, when you're trading like ones, like look at the Rams, dude. like draft picks, like the first round picks, how many of them hit? What, 70? Like maybe like 40% of them hit.
Yeah, let's say 40, less than half.
Less than half the first round picks are good.
And you think centers are locks. Usually, you hit probably 50% on your edges in the top half of the draft.
50, but like there's been like some really bad ones, like Vernon Gholston. The Jets took him in 2008. He was terrible. Dude, just put this in perspective. This Vernon Gholston, they took him 6th out of Ohio State. He needed 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery to get $8 million extra in his contract. Never did it.
Yeah. It's so hard to hit. And I think when teams trade up all these, picks to move up, it's like you're out of your goddamn mind. You're throwing, especially first round picks. I get it if you're trading up and it's not costing you a whole lot, but you start giving up packages like what the 49ers gave up to move up.
No. So I saw like a recent thing about the draft bust. Like Trey Lance has to be the biggest draft bust ever, right? He's got to be bigger than Jamarcus Russell and Ryan Leaf.
Oh, he's huge.
No, he wasn't even on the top 25. Like they had Zach Wilson ahead of him. How? How is that even possible? What the 49ers gave up, that's ridiculous.
I think, you could say, Zach Wilson was taken second. Yeah, he was coming out big prospect. A lot of people loved him. There were some people who didn't like him who ended up being somewhat right because I still think he got put in a really bad situation. But the Jets didn't give up 3 fucking first round picks.
No, they didn't give up. They didn't give up really anything, and they had a ton of first round picks to begin with. They had so many draft picks. Like you have to pick players at some point.
Yeah.
Like what are they going to do? Trade back? Like they were going to take a quarterback there.
And it's not like you trade up for that pick.
No.
That was your normal pick.
Yeah, no, it was. Trey Lance is the biggest bust ever. I don't care.
And I'm sorry, who in that draft were the Jets going to take and not be a bust?
I mean, you could say Parsons maybe, but
I'm saying at 2, a quarterback.
A quarterback? No, all the quarterbacks sucked in that class.
Oh, except that, been awful.
Even Trevor Lawrence sucks.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence isn't that good.
Like he's good. He's okay. He doesn't suck. He's mid. Like he's like a top 20 quarterback.
Who's the Jets quarterback? I guarantee you, they'd be talking about how the Jets ruined them right now.
Oh, for sure. But Jaguars were never going to say that because it's Jacksonville. It's the pretty Florida state.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, but he's made the playoffs. He won a playoff game. If you take away that playoff win, which by the way they were getting their asses whooped, and then Brandon Staley just choked the shit. And also, the Chargers had every single receiver on their team get hurt. They're basically how they played the second half of that game. is what their roster looks like now. That's who they were fucking thrown to.
I know.
People want to forget that, but
Well, like I think I said this when Justin Herbert was playing. I think like the first year was Justin Herbert was what people expected Trevor Lawrence to be.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah. I watched Trevor Lawrence last year, and every game I watched, I was just like, he's just not accurate. He's sailing passes.
I mean, he looks the part when he's in the pocket, but he just, I don't know. It's just mostly because of his size and it's like he's got the cool hair. It's like he's marketable, but
and the turnovers, man. God.
Like he doesn't even make that many special plays. Like you know what I mean? Like, you know, like you would see like even like Fields. I don't think Fields is great, but you see Fields make a like, special play. You see Kyler Murray make a special play. Like you don't see like Trevor Lawrence really making a special play. Like, you know, like he just gives me like he's very like he's like a prettier game manager. I don't know how to explain it. Like he's like a prettier Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, that's actually not bad comparison. I would say. I'd say probably spot on with that. I'm not big on Trevor Lawrence. I mean, coming out of the draft, I said I had a bad feeling about him, just because I just didn't think he got better throughout college. Like
no, and he's like his concerns are like he's a great dude, great teammate, great player, like great like locker room guy. He's not like Caleb Williams, who's like I don't know, dude.
I also think Trevor Lawrence really he doesn't really motivate people.
No, he's not a motivator.
And I mean,
I don't know if you remember this, but there was a Sports Illustrated article that came out, and he said football wasn't his life right before he got drafted one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I remember reading that. I'm like, I'm kind of glad the Jets don't have the number one pick now.
Yeah,
I
said for a moment, like, I think Zach Wilson might be better than Trevor Lawrence coming out, before the draft. And then I was just like, he might be. Because
they both are. They're nothing special. Like Trevor Lawrence is like.
I would say I'm wrong right now because Trevor.
I'm wrong. I thought Trevor Lawrence was better than Zach Wilson, but I kind of like changed my opinion because the Jets drafted him. But
yeah, see, I have no favoritism in that. I mean, I said with Mac Jones, I'm like his ceiling's Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even get close to it.
No, I hate it. Like, you want to look at like the teams that got better in free agency. Like, what team do you think got better?
I like what the Packers did.
I do too.
I think
people giving them like an F for the Josh Jacobs signing is out of your mind.
Well, you get a younger running back. Aaron Jones was banged up like almost all of last year. I get he came back and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But he's starting to get older, and that's for running backs. Running backs just up. And then I like the Xavier McKinney signing.
I think he's a good safety. I think he's one of the more underrated safeties in the league.
I think he gets overlooked because he's on the job.
I really liked him coming out of college too.
But yeah,
do you like what the Eagles did?
The Eagles are definitely getting aggressive.
They got really aggressive.
I like Saquon for their offense.
How do you feel about the Bryce Huff signing? I told you he was going to get a lot of money.
I think only time will tell, but
it's actually, did you read the contract? It's not that bad. It's a $4 million cap hit this year and then like an $8 million cap hit next year, but it's like a $27 million cap hit in 2025.
Yeah. I mean,
or 2026.
We'll see, because who knows what you're going to see out of Bryce Huff, but they need secondary, and I don't think they really addressed that outside of they got CJ Gardner-Johnson back.
You got CD Deuce back.
Which
it's weird. You see a lot of players re-signing with their old team. Like Jordan Whitehead re-signed with the Bucks.
Yeah. I think they go somewhere else and they're like, okay. No, I like it better back here.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
Well,
Did you like what the Giants did? Brandon Drew Lock?
I mean, I don't know if that's really good. I think Daniel Jones is still going to start. Well,
did you hear about Russell Wilson? He wanted to go to the Giants, but Giants wouldn't guarantee him a starting spot.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't think the Giants are taking a quarterback. I know some people like to say the Giants are going to take McCarthy if he's there, but they're not.
I don't think so. I think they're going to trade out.
They're paying Daniel Jones too much money to go draft the guy right now. And
They made the complete wrong mistake when you think about it.
the
They
issue
had the option because they were going to do this to either two. They were either going to tag Daniel Jones or tag Saquon Barkley or sign one of them long term. They should have signed Saquon long term, and they should have tagged Daniel Jones.
the issue that they ran into is you need a quarterback. Quarterback's more important. And is there going to be Daniel Jones is coming off a really good season. He played really
He
well.
threw 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, who's he throwing to? Who's he throwing to? They haven't given him any goddamn help his entire time he's been there.
Well, they gave him Darren Waller. Didn't he just retire?
He's retiring, is what I've heard. I don't know if I'm pretty sure planning on retiring. And he was banged up all of last year. And obviously,
dude, what is Joe? I'm sorry. Joe Shane needs some criticism, dude. That guy has been terrible for them.
I mean, their offensive line is putrid. They have no receivers. You brought in Darren Waller. He played half of a season last year and proceeded to because he had a hamstring injury.
Outside of Kayvon Thibodeau, what has he done? I mean, he took Evan Neal. And I know Evan Neal was supposed to be that guy, but
Awful.
Dude.
Like, that's my point with Daniel Jones. It's hard to give him a whole lot of blame when that offense around him is so bad. They're so bad.
Like, Wandale Robinson is their best receiver.
Yeah, and he's hurt all the time.
Who's that? Who did they draft in the first round last year?
Hyatt. They took a Hyatt.
No, they didn't take Hyatt in the first round. Who did they take in the first? Wasn't it a corner?
They took
They took that corner, dude. What was his name?
Banks, DeAndre.
Yeah, he was good.
Banks, whatever goddamn first name is.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he had a good season.
People were trying in New York. They're trying to say he was better than Sauce.
Well, of course they are. MVPs. They think their players are the best players in the league.
Oh God.
Guys.
Kayvon Thibodeau really disappeared with the last 6 games. He's like Myles Garrett.
Yeah, so you should have gotten Defensive Player of the Year.
Should have, yeah.
Maybe Brian Burns will help him get it.
Yeah, well, that's another move. Brian Burns' move was the best move Joe Shane's ever done.
That's a scary D-line. Sexy Dexy, Thibodeau, and Burns.
I like it. I remember when I saw the trade, and what are the Panthers doing?
He wanted out.
How did they not get a first for him, though?
I think his contract's pretty much up.
Well, the Giants re-signed him.
Yeah, they extended him.
Like 5 years, $150 million or something like that.
Yeah, exactly my point. Like, I think Brian Burns, like, they were talking about tagging him.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was tagged.
Yeah, he was tagged. So I think when you have a situation where a guy's probably just going to walk the next year,
you get what you can get.
You get what you could get. Teams aren't going to offer as much.
Yeah, no, well, what's funny is 2 years ago, it might have been last year, the Rams offered 2 firsts.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago. The Rams offered multiple firsts for him.
It was last season.
I don't think it was last season.
It was last season. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was the season before. It wasn't this. Like it wasn't this. It was the year where the Chiefs won their Super Bowl against the Eagles. It was that. It was in season that year, because it was the year after they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because the Rams just they don't pick in the first round.
No, they don't care. They will this year.
Do you think they actually though, or do you think they trade back?
No, they'll take that D tackle out of Illinois.
Oh yeah, I like him.
You got to replace Donald with somebody.
Yeah. So you look at the Giants. You look at the NFC North is looking like it's going to be the Lions division again. But I think the Packers have a chance.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. I like the Bears.
Really?
I do like. I don't think they're going to win, but I do like.
You think Caleb Williams makes a difference?
Yeah, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. You got. I mean, DeAndre Swift's okay.
You think they still draft a receiver?
They could still draft a receiver.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think at 9 they're going to take a tackle in that top.
I think they're going to. Alt's not going to be there. He's going to go to the Titans.
They'll take Rashawn. They're taking a tackle.
I don't know. A lot of people like Latham now.
Yeah, I had him in a couple of my mock drafts, being a little higher up.
Yeah, JC's going up the board, man. He's going up the board. Everyone hated him at first, but now they're like, oh, we need to give up a sack. Oh, he's this big tackle. Like
those Bama Georgia linemen, man, they love him.
You knew, and then like it's like this offensive line class is weird because now you're saying like you're seeing Troy Fatuno going way higher now. It's like what the fuck?
Oh, I think 100%. I think it's going to be there should be probably 5 tackles going in the first round.
Oh yeah, but like you look like it was like one person. Wait, hold on. Who's the guy from Oregon State? Fuaga, right?
Better as a guard.
Yeah, but they had Fuaga as tackle 1 at one point, and then it's Fashanu was the tackle 1 going into this year. Like I think everyone loved him. Now it's like, and then it was like all, and now everyone's like was saying like Fashano's being. Now it's like Latham, and then now it's Fuada. It's like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, and usually it'll probably like.
Well, all 5 of them are going in the top 15.
Huh?
All 5 of them are going in the top like 16, 17.
Yeah, there'll be a run. There'll be a run of tackles.
I wouldn't be surprised if Fashanu isn't the 5th one taken. He's not a lot of scouts like him right now. I love him, but
I think scouts. I think it's a whole bunch of BS.
Because of mixed opinions. You think it's like smokescreen?
Yeah, I think it's half of a smokescreen. I think half of the stuff you're going to hear in the next month is going to be a bunch of bullshit.
Smokescreen. I can't tell if Latham is a smokescreen or not.
Like I think when you look at like the quarterbacks and like at 2 and 3, I don't understand why it wouldn't be Jaden Daniels and then Drake May, because if you look at the quarterbacks, those teams signed to be their bridge guys.
Yeah.
The Commanders. Why would you sign Mariota to bring in Drake May? That doesn't make any sense.
Mariota, Jaden. It seems like what I've read for reports, it seems more and more likely that Jaden Daniels is a lock to the Commanders right now.
Also, when you look at the Patriots, first of all, you signed the Browns offensive coordinator. Jaden Daniels does not fit into that Browns style offense, and you brought Jacoby Brissett, who
is like a Drake May. He's a pocket passer, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, I think there's stuff like that you look at and you go, okay, yeah, we could kind of see what.
I think the first 3 picks are locks. I think 4 it gets kind of interesting. It's probably still gonna be Harrison, but with the whole trade shit, like it wouldn't be surprised me.
What do you mean the Bears they're gonna take Marvin Harrison number 1? What are you talking about?
Hey, well, did you see Keenan Allen was at Caleb Williams' pro day? And then, dude, I don't know if you saw the clip. He looks at him and tries to ignore him. Like, he's, like, trying to walk straight. And Keenan's like, yo, what's up? It's like Caleb Williams looks at him, walks straight. And he's doing, like, the whole, like, head thing, like, trying to avoid him. Like, it's like, dude, are you serious? He's going to be your receiver. Trying to avoid him?
And he went over to him. I mean.
Well, no, Keenan, it was when Keenan was like, yo. It was like when he chose to. He was getting ripped in the comments. He was getting ripped.
I mean, maybe he was trying to avoid him. Maybe he was just trying to focus on he's got to do his workout.
I don't know. You looked okay in the workout. You had some ducks in there, but
I wouldn't be worried about Caleb Williams on the field.
I'm worried about him off the field.
That's what I'm worried about. The leadership.
I'm kind of worried that if he has like 2 bad seasons in Chicago, he's gonna be like, get me out of here. Request trade.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
It's coming.
I 100% believe that. But I also think that they've also put talent around him to the point.
Oh yeah, but like I think he would he goes like he has 1 bad season. He might be like, I'm out of here. Request trade. They don't understand what they have in me. Like you know what I mean? He's like that kind of guy.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna leave Chicago anytime soon though, because again, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Swift.
So you look at like around the league. So Chicago, NFC North, pretty good.
Yes.
The NFC West is an interesting division, but I think it's still the 49ers division.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much interesting because I think you're still going to have Geno Smith in Seattle.
You don't think Sam Howell takes over the keys to the kingdom?
Yeah, I would say unless Sam Howell comes.
A lot of people like Sam Howell, dude. He had a good season last year, but he has turnovers.
Going from Geno Smith to another Geno Smith.
Fair point.
Younger Geno Smith. I don't think that's really. You're not going to get the promised land with Sam Howell.
Another team people are saying won the offseason. The Houston Texans.
You got another edge.
Yeah, Daniil Hunter. Like I like him, but I think he's kind of overpaid. I think they're paying him what, $26 million a year.
I mean,
It's the going rate for edge rushers, but like when I think of like premier edge rushers, Daniil Hunter is not like the first 10 guys I think of.
but he is producing.
He's good. He reminds me of like Rashawn Gary. Like,
Yeah, he's good. I like anyways.
You like Daniil Hunter?
I do like Daniil Hunter. I think he's a good edge. I think he's a good rushing passer.
Texans are getting a lot of steam. A lot of people think it's Super Bowl for them.
I don't know.
I think it's a little steep, but
I think it's gonna be tough for them. I think you still the AFC. You gotta beat Mahomes. That's kind of. I don't know if they're there yet, but I mean they got Dalton Schultz back and.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz. Who else did they sign? I feel like they were missing someone.
I feel like we're definitely missing someone.
They signed didn't they sign like Pollard?
They got Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, yeah, Mixon. Pollard went to the Titans, right?
They traded for Mixon,
they traded for Mixon.
Yeah, that's gonna do good for them.
I like Mixon.
Yeah, he's good. All right.
Yeah, because that's where Singletary went to the Giants.
Yeah, Singletary went to the Giants. Gus Bus went to the Chargers.
And Eckler went to the Commanders. What are they doing, dude?
Oh, man, I don't know.
They signed so many old players. They had the most cap space in NFL history.
Yeah, they signed a lot of old guys.
Win now season with Jaden Daniels, baby. Woo!
Yeah. Scary Terry, man. He's going to finally get his quarterback.
Get his quarterback, Jaden Daniels, Jahan Dotson. Wait, didn't Curtis Samuel go to the Bills?
Yes.
That's a good signing for the Bills. I like Curtis Samuel.
That helps them.
It's an upgrade over Gabe Davis.
I still think they're drafting a receiver.
Oh, I think so too.
I
think Curtis Samuel's better than Gabe Davis, and Gabe Davis got almost. Wow, how much did Gabe Davis get from the Jags?
A lot.
Dude, what are people doing with that guy?
I don't know what the Jags are doing. I don't know. They like mediocrity.
So you're looking at the AFC South. It looks like it's going to be a for sure divisional win for the Texans right now, based on.
I like the Colts.
Colts too, with Richardson coming back. I think the Jaguars they might be the fourth best team in that division.
They might be.
They might be like I don't know. Like Titans might suck now, but
I mean they got Pollard. They got Alvin Ridley and D-Hop. They don't have Vrabel anymore, but
yeah, that's where I was getting at. Like they don't have their
alpha. I don't know what they look like because I think Vrabel's an amazing coach. So
the Chiefs managed to keep everyone.
Of course they did. Do they get Titans need back?
They have him tagged right now.
But they were talking about extending him, actually paying him because I think Mahomes.
So he's not going to get traded?
Yeah, I heard Mahomes. So I saw Mahomes took a pay cut, and I think that the extra money they're planning on trying to sign.
They keep everyone. All these players are going to lose. Chris Jones, Snead, all gone. No, all coming back, baby. All coming back. No cap space. We'll find a way.
But yeah, when the NFL extends the total, your cap limit, you know what that does? That's Chris Jones. That's easy.
So one issue. This is not like off. This is off season related, but I want to touch on this. It's a rule change that's coming about the hip drop tackle being banned.
Oh, jeez.
15-yard penalty. It's coming. The NFLPA is already seems like they're already
You know how hard it is to enforce that? You know how hard it is for players to not do that?
Dude, they're not going to enforce it, but it's coming when Mahomes takes a sack from behind on 3rd and 15. You know it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's just another way for them to throw roughing the passers at. Don't say it's player safety because they're not going to call it when a running back gets called. It's only going to be when a quarterback. It's just going to be another roughing the passer. Roughing the passer, hip drop tackle, first down.
Well, I don't think it really matters for the quarterbacks. They're just going to call roughing no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just so stupid because players play football their whole life, and if you're tackling a guy from behind,
That's how you've tackled someone.
is to grab him by the waist and just drop your weight. And half the time,
How else can you tackle someone?
they want two-hand touch apparently.
Like what I get like the ankle biting, but like that's not successful all the time.
It isn't. And when you really think about, sometimes it's just bad luck where the foot just gets caught underneath you, like your legs just get caught underneath. Like it's just sometimes it's unlucky shit, and you can't take that out of the game. Like I mean, what are we doing? Do we really play football?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I saw that get approved today, and I'm like, this fucking league it's the no fun league, dude.
You can't tackle somebody below the waist.
The NFL stands for the no fun league.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then so back to the free agency. That was just a topic of discussion that needs to be brought up because it's bullshit. Doesn't make any sense. Like you're taught your whole life to make a tackle like that. But so I think we've covered every division except for the AFC East in the AFC side. So the AFC East, Patriots, they got somewhat better. I don't think they really brought in anyone too special. I mean, KJ Osborne.
KJ Osborne's a solid receiver.
I don't mind him. I think he's kind of like
I like him.
Receiver. I just think the Patriots have too many of those.
Well, I mean, the fact that Parker's gone, I think they want Juju gone too. I don't mind it because if he's the guy,
Juju ends up being like a post June 1st cut.
He could be. I know they don't want Juju. They were trying to move him.
No one's trading for a guy. His knees are shot.
Exactly. He's a waste of money. Dumb waste of money. KJ Osborne, like every time you watch the Vikings, he's a solid player.
He reminds me of Kendrick Bourne, kind of.
Very reliable. I like Kendrick Bourne. I think
you got two like reliable receivers. Kendrick Bourne. I don't think you have that true alpha dog.
Yeah, like I think Pop Douglas is going to be an awesome slot guy, but you don't have that number one guy who you could.
So, would you be opposed to, because you have a high second pick next year or this year? Would you be opposed to move up and give up your second, a third, and next year's third to go get like a big receiver this year? Like if let's say Brian Thomas falls to like 16.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Kind of like how the
I see with the Patriots. I want that second round pick to be a receiver.
Okay, so because I think it's when you have a high second round pick and when you need a need. I mean, it's smart to try to trade up in the first round.
But the other thing is, this is a deep wide receiver draft. Like I think you could get a Troy Franklin.
That's true.
That second round pick spot.
Yeah, but how has second round picks been for you drafting receivers?
It's a new people drafting.
Fair point.
Yeah, I mean, so what are you gonna say? Well, you could go say the same thing about first round picks.
Yeah, N'Keal Harry. Yeah,
Harry was.
I'm just saying, like, if Brian Thomas falls, I don't think he will, but if he falls, like, would you do what the Lions did to get Jameson Williams a couple years ago?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because that was not like a bad trade. That was like they didn't give shit for him.
Don't take somebody that would be really like Keon Coleman. I do not like Keon Coleman.
He's the
Florida State
guy, yeah, right. And then, so Patriots, like the defense, you brought back some of your guys. Jennings got back, I think, 1 year deal.
Yeah, I think one of the only guys we lost was Mac Wilson. Was it Mac Wilson?
He was good. Well, obviously Mac Jones.
Yeah, we're not missing Mac Jones.
Pro Bowler in 2021.
Yeah, as an alternate. Congratulations.
So, you got KJ Osborne. Didn't you bring in a running back to Antonio Gibson?
Yeah, we brought in Antonio Gibson.
I like him. He's a good receiving back.
Third down back, yeah.
Good compliment to Ramondre.
Yeah, we got Hunter Henry back.
Henry back.
We got Owenu. It's good.
Owenu back to that. Yeah, I thought he was gonna go somewhere else, but he got paid, dude.
Yeah. You thought he was going to. I said, well, if they're gonna let Kyle Duggar, if they're gonna tag Kyle Duggar with their transition tag, then their thought process if they're gonna get Owenu back.
I thought the Jets were for sure signing Owenu. I thought they were just gonna make him the highest paid guard ever because that's what the Jets like to do with the guard position. But I think the Patriots did okay. Didn't they? did they bring in anyone like big? Like who's their big marquee free agent? Like I think it was a lot of re-signs.
There's a lot of re-signs, keeping a lot of the same players, and
Jacoby Brissett, like
I mean, I think they want to spend a lot of money on receiver.
but there's just not a lot of receivers out there.
So I think that they might trade for like T Higgins or Ayuk. They might try to make a move.
I think Ayuk is more likely than T Higgins. He seems like more of a Patriot receiver because you don't have to pay Ayuk right away.
Yeah, we'll see. If not, I say with that second pick, the Patriots should take the second round pick. They should take a receiver, if not trade up back into the first.
So we'll move to the Bills. Bills, they got so much worse, dude. Outside of the Curtis Samuel signing, like wow.
Did they sign anybody on defense? I'm trying to think. I don't.
No, they lost their entire defense. They didn't bring in anyone.
That's my point. They lost. Tre'Davious White wasn't doing shit for them. He was hurt.
No, he was terrible. So that was a good cut. I like that. But like Poyer and Hyde, like what? Both gone? Like what are you doing? You know what that means?
Didn't Poyer sign with the Dolphins?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, it was him or Hyde. I don't remember which one signed with them, but
Dolphins.
That's so tough.
So I'm pretty sure. Doesn't that mean our boy is the only safety?
Yes,
the 12th man.
Damar Hamlin, I think, is their only safety. He's just starting safety right now.
Dude, you think that's a ploy by the NFL to get him more primetime games?
No. I think that's the Bills saying we need to actually have money. And we have half our cap in Devon Miller, who can't even touch the quarterback anymore.
That signing, I think we called it. That was a terrible. Like he's the kind of guy you give like a 2-year veteran deal. Like, what are you doing giving him fucking $100 million?
7-year, $100 million deal.
It's 5 years.
Or 5 years. Oh, yeah, that's worse. That's worse. The cap hit on that is ridiculous.
I think it was a lot of guaranteed money too.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you look great on the Rams, like in your first healthy stint in forever.
He looked decent on the Bills the first half of the season of 2022.
Yeah, hurt.
And then he got hurt.
Old.
He's old. He's like he was 32 and they gave him a 5-year, $100 million contract.
Yeah.
What was Brandon Beane doing?
Was the Lawrence Taylor reincarnated? Jesus.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't. The Bills, I don't think they're really scary. Honestly, I think they're the third best team in the division.
Yeah. So
I think the Patriots might be better. They might finish dead last next year.
I don't think so. I just think because Josh.
So we'll move to the Dolphins, who I think got a little bit better.
They lost Wilkins.
Yeah, but I knew that was coming, and he got way too much money. He's not worth that.
He got paid to be with my main man, Max Crosby.
Yeah, Crosby. I think him and Crosby are kind of scary, but I don't think that's as big of a loss as it is. He's not a pass rushing defensive tackle. Yeah, he's kind of like a Dexter Lawrence type, but he's not as good as Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, he's good, but yeah, I don't think Miami's gonna.
They're not gonna lose that much by that.
Miami loves to blitz, so.
Yeah. So did they lose Van Ginkel?
Yeah, I was about to say they lost Van Ginkel. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He went to the what? Did he go to the Commanders?
I thought it was them or like the Vikings. I don't remember who he signed with. It might have been the Vikings. I could be wrong. Could be thinking of somebody else.
Let's see. He went to the Vikings.
Yeah.
I think he was talking to the Commanders, but
probably.
Van Ginkel.
Not old enough. Commanders though. Not old enough.
Not old enough. No, he's too young. So Van Ginkel.
They released Xavier Howard.
Yeah, but he
I don't know if they still have Ramsey, so I don't think they're really missing.
Didn't they draft a guy in the first round a couple years ago too?
Yeah, I think they traded Aga something. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that last name. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like Noah Ego. It was not like Ego, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they have that guy. He's not terrible. So, Dolphins probably are scariest teams. It's if the Tyreek Hill shit is not as serious as people are making it seem, but it's looking pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, Tyreek is kind of becoming a problem for them on that. How much worrying about if he's actually going to be allowed to play.
I don't know if he's going.
I mean, I don't know if you saw him rounding up that France DB, man. He was looking superb against those guys that never seen that 4.2 speed before.
So he might not play next year.
Yeah, he's got.
And if he doesn't play next year, if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, this might be the Jets season to win the division.
Yeah, the Jets will go 11-6 and they'll win the division.
So the Jets had a weird free agency.
Yes.
Because I want to buy into the hype of Mike Williams and Tyron Smith.
They'll both
What did they do? They signed a bunch of players who are great when they're healthy, but are always fucking hurt. And what happens with the Jet starters, Jake?
They get hurt.
So, why would you sign the two? They were premier players. They were doing the bigger stars.
This is going to happen. You know what's going to happen? You're going to get to the fourth play. They're going to call a play action pass. Tyron Smith is going to tear his ACL. Mike Williams is going to, his Achilles is going to pop for some reason. And then Aaron Rodgers is going to get sacked. He's like, what the hell? Oh, he made it 4 plays. Next play, they call a drop back pass because it's 3rd and forever. And Rodgers just tears his ACL too.
And he's like, screw this shit. I'm going to office.
And then he's like, yep.
Going to see my boy Kennedy. Jesus Christ, dude. The Jets are a mess. But they did do some decent moves. They traded for Morgan Moses, but they gave a 4th-round pick for him. And what's funny is this was the guy that they said, we don't need after he played well for them and lets him sign for 3 years for $15 million to Baltimore because they had faith in Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, Highway 77.
So I see it as a loss of a 4th-round pick as opposed to a gain. You could have had this guy for the last 3 seasons, and but whatever. And then you signed this John Simpson, who I think this is his name, right? Okay, I think his name.
Yeah.
John Simpson.
You should know.
Yeah, John Simpson.
Yeah.
I was right. John Simpson, who I didn't like at first because he had a shit ton of penalties, but he only gave up 1 sack last year. So.
Well, when you hold so much, it's hard to give up sacks.
Yeah, but it's better than Laken Tomlinson, who holds and gives up sacks.
Yes. When you're holding, looking up sacks, you got problems.
I mean, it's better than Mekhi Becton, who led the league in giving up sacks and led the league in penalties.
Yes. That's insane.
That has to be the worst. That's got to be the first time that's ever happened.
That's one hell of a season.
That's got to in a contract year for him, dude. Coming off 2 injuries. That's the shit he puts on Bill.
Yeah.
Can you imagine in a contract year as a left tackle, right? You are a 1st-round pick who played really well your first year and then missed the next 2 seasons. And in your contract year, you lead the league in penalties and lead the league in sacks given up.
Yeah, that's some 1st-round talent right there.
I think you might have just fucked over your talent. You might have fucked over your future, your financial future.
100%.
Because I heard he might go to the Bengals to back up Trent Brown and
I don't think
Brown. Imagine, dude, the massiveness of tackles. Just think about that. If they have Trent Brown, Orlando Brown, and Mekhi Becton as swing tackle.
Yeah, I think Joe Burrow's like, nah, fam, we don't want him here.
It's 1,000 pounds between those 3.
Those are some big guys. Big guys, Joe Burrow.
The 1 ton.
Body's falling apart from all the beating up he's getting. God.
Poor Burrow, man. The Bengals.
Oh, next Andrew Luck. It's happening.
Next Andrew Luck.
Surprise.
So, so the NFL draft is getting interesting. I mean, let's predict our division winners after the free agency. So, AFC East.
Give me the Jets.
I'm gonna go with my homer. I'm gonna go with the Jets because based on the other moves that have happened, I could see the Dolphins too. But Tyreek Hill, I don't know if he's gonna play. So
the Bills if they somehow figure out defense.
Yep,
You know,
Bills too. It's a weird thing. AFC North. I got kind of a dark horse for this one.
I don't think any team in that division is a goddamn dark horse. I'm gonna go. God damn, it's so tough. I don't know what Burrow's gonna look like. I think the Bengals always start off slow too. It's I worry about Baltimore without a number 2 receiver, but they do have Derrick Henry. I'm gonna stick with Baltimore because I like their defense.
I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I knew you were gonna go with the Steelers.
I think Russell Wilson. I know we didn't talk about him. I was saving it for this prediction, but I think Russell Wilson's gonna have a comeback year. I actually think he's gonna play well.
Who's he throwing to?
George Pickens.
Who else?
Oh, Deontay Johnson went to the Panthers. We'll draft a guy. Brian Thomas Jr. sounds like a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Does he not sound like a Pittsburgh Steeler?
He could be. Yeah, character issues.
Brian Thomas Jr. will go to the Patriots.
Whoever has character issues is going to the Steelers.
Oh, I'm sure he has character issues. I'm positive. Brian Thomas Jr. sounds like a guy. He's coming from LSU. He probably has character issues.
Yeah.
So I think Steelers. AFC South.
Give me the Texans.
I think the Texans are kind of the favorite right now. AFC West.
Broncos country. Let's ride. I don't think we need to even.
Well, before all the cuts and the Keenan Allen trade and shit, Chargers sound okay with Harbaugh, but the Chiefs are like the runaway favorites in that division.
Yeah, Chris Jones back. It was Chiefs.
It's Chiefs, yeah. Move over to the NFC. NFC East. All in my ass, baby.
Don't forget the comma. Don't forget
All in my ass. I'm going with the Cowboys to repeat.
Considering that no team really repeats in that division, I'm going to go with the Eagles because I think the Cowboys actually got worse. They didn't.
Oh, yeah, they got worse. I'm thinking the Eagles. I was just joking.
It's like one guy the entire goddamn offseason.
Eagles might make the Super Bowl, but depends on how Hurts plays.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely the Eagles. AFC North.
AFC North. So I'm going with the Ravens again because we already.
Oh, I'm in NFC North. I'm sorry.
NFC North. Okay.
NFC North.
I'm going with Packers.
Yeah, I'm going Packers too. I don't see the Lions repeating.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna have I think they're gonna go 9-8 next year. I think because when teams are so close to achieving the dream, they just fall off, dude.
I also just think that the Packers are just getting better and better.
Yeah, and they got that young quarterback, and I think Jordan Love might actually be like an MVP candidate next year.
A really young team. So
Yeah, I think they're gonna end up being really good.
Romeo Dobbs is gonna fix that.
NFC West.
49ers.
I want to say Rams, but it's just hard to pick against them.
No Donald, man. I don't know who the hell's on that defense.
That's a good point. So NFC South.
Falcons.
I think you kind of have to go with the Falcons. I don't know how Raheem Morris is going to be as head coach. He's notoriously been kind of mid, but
Give me Kirko Chains, baby.
What about the Panthers? You think they figure it out?
No, I don't like Bryce Young.
They got Deontay now.
Yeah. Congrats.
That was a weird trade, dude. They exchanged like I always loved Dante Jackson. And maybe it's like biased because his cards were always so amazing in Madden. But I mean, Dante Jackson's not a bad corner.
He's not bad, but they also still have Horn, Jason T. Horn, so
Yeah.
JC Horn.
You said Jason Sealer?
Yeah,
What do you got? Cooper DeJean on the mind? You're thinking Jason Sealer?
yeah,
Is that who you got in the mind?
they just cut Von Bell. They're gonna take my man Cooper.
Cooper DeJean? Jake's got Cooper DeJean on his mind. He's like out here thinking like
Hey, he's the
Jason
next.
Seahorn back with the Panthers.
Put him at corner. You can put him at safety. You can do whatever the hell you want with him, man. He's a beast.
He's the kind of people you want dating your daughter. You know, people are saying that.
The hard, gritty worker, man. He's gonna be a tough son of a bitch.
Oh my God, Cooper DeJean. That is going to be the talk. You know, he's going to rise up Jake's draft boards as the draft season goes on.
I'm the latest mock draft. I'm going to Seattle.
At what pick?
Whatever the hell Seattle picks.
Is he in the top 20 now?
Oh, he's been in my top 20.
Oh my God, man.
Been in my top 20. I like him.
Jesus Christ. You know, Daniel Jeremiah is going to be like, he reminds me of Harrison Smith.
Oh, wow. Crazy, man. Who would have came up with that?
And, you know, he gives me Daniel Jeremiah is going to, he goes, and like Charles Davis, their Harrison when he gets drafted. He reminds me a lot of Harrison Smith and
Reed Blankenship.
No. Harrison Smith and Eric Weddle. And he's got some Jason Seahorn in him, too.
Really, on me, I'll be like, it reminds me of Derwin James, you know, or Minka Fitzpatrick. Actually, I could see Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Minka Fitzpatrick. I think it's way more. But you know the Harrison Smith comparison is coming, baby. It's coming.
Yeah, you just know. It's like, we got, well, because he's white.
He's white. He's got to be like the killer.
Like, why we have to do that with all these players? We're like, well, we got to compare him to somebody with the same skin color. That shit don't matter.
It's just like Caleb Williams. They're going to compare him to – well, they're actually comparing him to Aaron Rodgers. So
I'd compare him to Mahomes just because of how he throws and how he does look like Mahomes.
Yeah, he looks like Mahomes. Would he play like Mahomes? I don't know. You got Drake May.
But his playing style is similar to Mahomes.
Drake May, the only one you can compare him to is like Herbert or anything.
I compare him to Jordan Love. I think he reminds me of Jordan
Love?
Yeah.
That's also – because Love's like 6'4" too, right?
Yeah, they look very similar, except for obviously Love throws like Rodgers now, but
yeah, but in the coming out, he didn't.
Yeah.
So, do you think the Jets trade up in this draft class?
No.
I don't think so now. I think they're going to stay put.
You have to get to move up to where you think about moving up.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I think the Falcons are going to take Brock Bowers.
Bowers could fall. I think Bowers could.
No, I think the Falcons always shock the people in the draft. You tell me when they don't shock the people. Remember when they took Drake London?
I think some people saw that coming.
You said it was coming. I don't think anyone else saw it coming.
No, they're definitely
shocked when that happened.
I still was shocked it happened.
Yeah, but you predicted it. You're like, hey, they're going to watch them take Drake London here.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, Brock Bowers. It just seems so stupid, but it might actually happen. That like Brock Bowers plays tight end, and they move Kyle Pitts outside.
But Kyle Pitts also, like, if you watch him, I don't think he's ranked wide receiver. I think
he's fast, but he's not like wide receiver fast.
Exactly. I mean, like, he's not like Kelsey where you could put him in the slot and you could live. I mean, Rondell Moore, you don't need.
Can you imagine they take Brock Bowers?
Brock Bowers is also more of a receiving guy, anyways.
I'm gonna make a really like a really risky mock draft where I still think the Bears trade up and draft Marvin Harrison.
If they traded up to 4, I swear to God.
They're going to take Marvin Harrison. Watch them, dude. They're going to listen to all this compare. They're going to have Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Marvin Harrison Jr. as his receivers. If Caleb Williams fails, it's not because of the Bears.
Yeah,
That's what they're going to say.
Ryan Poles would say, like, it ain't because of me, bro.
That's what GMs do, dude. Look what the Jets did with Zach Wilson, where they just started signing all these fucking guys. Started doing all this shit. Oh, it wasn't our fault. We didn't fail them. When a team fails a younger quarterback like they did with Justin Fields, the next quarterback, they want to make sure it's not their fault he fails. The reason why they fail is because the player sucks. It's not because of them.
I still think, though, it doesn't matter. I think no matter what, they're going to take a tackle, but that would be stupid to trade up for a receiver.
I'm going to make a mock draft where the Bears trade up to 4, they get Marvin Harrison, right? And the fucking Falcons take Brock Bowers at 8.
One mock draft so you can just crumple it up and throw it away.
Dude, I'm telling you, one of them is hitting. The Bears are either one of them is happening. All I need is one of them to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That would be $5. I'll put $5 on it. It's not happening.
$5? I might have to. I might have to put $5. Right now, he's betting odds favorite is to land is to the Jets. Mark Bowers.
Mark Bowers. I think the Colts are the team. I don't see the Jets taking him. I just think
Who do the Jets take then?
wide receiver.
If Odunze's not there, Neighbors isn't there, and Harrison isn't there.
Get back.
I think I would rather take Brian Thomas because Brian Thomas is going to go higher. He'll go 11. There's going to be a receiver. Remember when Jahan Dotson was supposed to be a second-round pick and he went, 13?
Yeah, but that's the Commanders.
I'm just saying, dude, there's always a receiver run.
There
Every
is.
draft class.
I think it's going to be in picks 4 through 10. It's going to be the big one. Then they get another run at the end of the first round.
Yeah, probably. Xavier Worthy. They're saying that he's not even the speed. He's actually can run. Like he's got saying he's silky smooth.
Well, yeah, he can. If you watch the tape, yeah, he could run.
I think he's going to end up being like a McCole Hardman type.
Probably.
I don't think he's going to be that great in the pros.
He might be. He's fast.
A lot of people are fast, Jake.
He's really fast.
I know. He's the fastest guy ever.
As this guy in combine history. Oh, my God.
It still feels like it's John Ross's record. No, it's just it just doesn't feel like it. Like, honestly, the person I still think of when it comes to the 40-yard dash time is still Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
Because, he actually played good in pros.
He actually did. I mean, we haven't seen Worthy yet, so we don't know, but
all these guys that run. Who's that Baylor corner that ran really fast last year?
I don't remember.
And then you got Tyquan Thornton. How did he do in the pros?
He's done nothing.
Okay, he was fast as shit.
Yeah, that's why they drafted him.
Second round. That was a reach.
Yeah, he doesn't play.
Yeah, no,
Patriots.
So Patriots quarterback. We'll end it at that. Last point. Based on the free agency, who are the Patriots? Who's the Patriots pick at 3?
I mean, we've already talked about this. It's Drake May.
You think Drake May? Think it's for sure?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. We'll see if Jake's opinion changes as the weeks go on. But it's the end of the podcast.
Peace out. Till next time.
Till next time.